We're live. We're now playing the AWC final. Arka against Tipau. We're now playing the AWC final. Now quite interesting position. Maybe we'll go for the bishop. Giving a check, pushing the pawn, attacking the pawn. Now he might go with the rook or the pawn and attacking the king further. Go with rook.
They do exist. Center.
King has to step aside now. I can take with the knight. Tipau's king is really cornered now, but Arka has to get more pieces into play. Now we can get into the pawn in. I think this is lost now. Tipau only has 2 squares, but yeah, this is a lost position. Yep. Arka has his first win against Tipau. Now we'll see how Tipau will react to this. Maybe I can go, yeah. We'll take there. Of course can take here. Might go for the knight. What ideas for this? Oh, not taking here. Taking the pawn. Probably go for something like e6. He'll get his bishop out to prevent bishop infiltration. Okay. Yeah, we got the bishop. Yeah. White's attacking two things. That's two targets now. If the rook, for example, would take here, the rook might go in. And if, for example, the rook will go back, White would just grab the material, which should be decisive. I think black's in a tough spot here. I don't see your way out for Arka. Okay, we'll go for the knight. Maybe we could take here, or take there. I think there are many attractive options here for White. Okay, took the... I'll probably go for the rook in. Infiltrate position. Oh. Okay. Two wins now. One for Arka, one for Tipau. Yeah, it's 1-1. Okay, knight f3, e3. 6-6. Mainline continues knight b5. Taking... Okay. And now we'll get a basic endgame where the idea for black is to pawnetize, basically meaning that all the pawns are on light squares, and trading the rest of the pieces. And hoping for a draw. Yeah, we'll go for something like this. or rook left. Okay. Probably trying to prepare like d5 break. Yeah, we got the bishop check. Probably black needs to relocate his knight. Yeah, probably go king g8 with the intention of putting the knight here. On f7, trying to maybe trade the knight for one of his pawns. Yeah, the bishop is trapped here. T-Man123 asks, why is it casual not rated? Well, the reason is that this RD in the AOC, the people may decide for themselves if it is rated or not. So if both people agree that it's rated, then it will be rated, but otherwise it won't. White tries to make here a passer, a free pawn. So if you can trade this, and I'm hoping to push this. Interesting. Interesting break. Well, maybe he needs to do something like that. But he needs to stop the pawn, but probably without using his rook. Yeah, if that's possible. Well, if Tipau would go for this, pawn could go here, rook here, and would still have this move, which is just crushing. So I don't think Tipau has any other option than putting his rook on c8, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, inexperienced, this is the AOC final, so the Atomic World Championships. The winner of this can call himself the Atomic World Champion. So we had, in the past we had here a double knockout, so meaning that if you lose two times, you're out. And now Tipau and Arka are left. Well, needs to take. With the bishop, preventing the knight from covering the c8 square. Yeah. And Tipau resigned. We probably are now into a break. The tourney formats they can ask for 2 breaks. Yeah, this was indeed an easy win for Arka. But so probably have now 10 minutes break. And could look over the game, or if anyone has questions, they can ask it. So here in the third game, this is a very basic line. we get this endgame. And also set the... Well, they will, in experience, they will play when someone has 5.5 points, so from the 10 games. Or they'll, if it is a draw, so it's 5-5, then we'll continue to play until a winner is decided. I think there's actually... I don't see here any hope for black here. So maybe the bishop, it's a bit... With the move g3, the bishop is a bit out of play. So as I said, in this endgame, you basically want to trade the rook for the rook, and the bishop and the knight for 2 pawns, and leave the rest of the pawns on white squares. So that the bishop, the black squared bishop of white, the black squared bishop of white can't take any pawns, and so it will be a draw. So maybe this bishop move was really a good idea. Yeah, 1 hour more. Still started, but yeah, I don't know if I like this move. Yeah, are the risky? There indeed are the rules. Although Stockfish likes this move, bishop h2, I don't know if I like it. No. So we see here, white can just push his pawns and try to get a free pawn. It was fine, I think, but... Yeah, the bishop is just really left out. And now just black hasn't enough reserves to hold the game. Well, covering all the squares for the knight. This game was probably an easy win for Arka, but... So this was the second game, which eventually Tipau won. So I have the knight f3, e4, d5, knight trying to go to b5. Yeah, I think this was a really tough game for Arka. Yeah, maybe that was better, but what's really difficult for black is just the fact that he can take here. So if the rule will be taken here, we'll get this, and eventually the rook will come in, which is just losing. Yeah, and here there was a position where white just has too many targets. Could go take here, here, here. I even saw in the Twitch chat that this was suggested. Well, it is possible, rook takes e6, but I think the problem with it is that you get just like a material imbalance. So that you'll get like a rook for maybe 2 pieces or something. And so black will keep his play. So it's probably just better to sort the pieces just to keep them on board. Now you just have a winning ending. Here we had a similar game. Only instead of knight b5, he took here. For people who just joined the stream, we're now in a break. We're now in a break, and now we're just analyzing the past 3 games. Currently standing 2 points for Arka and 1 point for Tipau. Okay, they seem to start again. So knight f3. We get again this opening. Now we got b5 to prevent knight b5. Playing knight g4, trading. Actually stopping the bishop. Okay, that was interesting. Black strutting, of course, he has to take, but I think this is an interesting position. I haven't seen this before. Still seem to play everything automatically. Knight. Probably try to get like a knight in. Maybe, and keep his options open for castling. Probably white will go here. As the spawn is really strong, so if you already put the bishop there, the pawn cannot promote. In the Twitch chat, Erdwunder says probably artillery. Well, maybe. I haven't seen this position myself, but well, probably the first 10 moves are theory, but first 11, 12. Okay. Tries indeed with his knight to come here or here, maybe. Maybe Tipau needs to like push his pawn to prevent the knight from coming in his position. If the knight will go here, we just can trade off. Yeah, I think d4 is here best. But you still have this in. Yeah, d4 is played. I expect e3 to create a new place for his knight to come in. Who is GM Arka? Well, here are 2 players. They're playing for the Atomic War Championships, for people who just join in. Well, here we see that could try to cover the place to square it. Bishop f3. Yeah, tries to cover all the squares for the knights. Of course, preventing with the rook the promotion to queen. Okay, Arka tries to break on the king side. I think it's quite expected, but would I have done that myself? But and here Tipau tries to probably close everything down. Something like this. I know. I could take. Okay, keeping his option open. Yeah, indeed, black can't play pieces to e2 now. So would you be blown up by the rook? It's indeed a source of defense. It's indeed quite surprising that the knight still hasn't come in. So Arka tries to get something going on the king side here. Well, Tipau is a pawn ahead, so probably Arka needs to get some compensation of any sort. Okay. Tries to get a rook in, I think. Still, the rook hasn't many squares. Someone here in the chat says Tipau is higher rated than Arka. Yeah, that's true. But also note that Arka has an active rating and Tipau has not. So that 2600 of Tipau is just from maybe a year ago. He has played on, I think, on alternate accounts, like Mr. Oldtimer or... And also know that Arka is the current world champion. So... But Tipau is really in a time trouble here. We'll need to, defend. Probably will just take. Yeah. But Tipau I think Tipau's really don't have everything. Okay. Tipau tries to get a queen, but Arka has its own tricks. I will go here, trying to check, needs to take, or queen. Take here. Okay. Arka tries to keep rook on the board. Probably hoping for a draw somewhere. Yeah. I think there's a draw. Okay. It was a really nice game. So now it's Arka in the lead of our 4 games. Get the knight f3, knight c3 line. Yeah, an experience. It was really cool game. Arka keeping his bishops on the keeping his rooks on the board and getting a draw. Wasn't 8 takes b4 an easier draw? Well, I don't know. Well, if 8 takes b4 in the past game, the king could go to the other king, maybe. Then he would just connect and then we'll be in check. Then eventually maybe can try to trade everything. So no, I don't think 8 takes b4 was an easier game. Probably go with knight in, trying to keep a bit of initiative. I'm placing the queen bad. Get here near. Probably go h3 to prevent this. Okay, we'll go with the bishop. Now we see actually a position where like white is a bit better here, but white's trump card is just his knight. That's really strong knight. Which he tries eventually to get a good position and convert it into a material in the long term. Maybe Tipau can go for something like this. No. Well, I think this is now a strong move. Converting it into material. No, not yet. Yeah, and Mooder said in the Twitch chat f5 g3, but I also assumed that, but they didn't. But now Tipau has this knight might become strong in the long term. Well, the weird thing with the knight is just like it's strong and weak at the same time. So the knight can't really do anything now, but he can't really, yeah, here we just betray it off, but he can't be attacked either, so. He will go something, try to put a knight, try to get a place for the knight on b4. Yeah. Tries to control b5, preventing that the knight can come in. Maybe Tipau could go for something like this. Try to get in with his knight here. Okay. Probably trying to trade rooks, trade bishops. Maybe this is also an option now, like maybe you'll go for something like this, trade and maybe here. Nah. Difficult position. Rook a5 is possible indeed in the future. Well, at least Arka has the initiative going, so. But Arka can't be satisfied with a couple of pieces, because Tipau always has this arsenal. Okay, this is a really interesting move. Just saying like, if we take here, probably we'll go in with the knight. It's really a brave move. Okay, getting his king forward, but maybe Tipau could just play this, trying to attack this. For example, if we take then trading bishops or something. We have. Okay, Tipau tries to get initiative. in. Okay, Tipau goes finally for the material. I still think this game is really indecisive. Tipau has more or better material, but so if Tipau can consolidate, then it should be fine. Or even winning. I don't see anything here for Arka. Maybe we could go something like this, but I doubt that would work, yeah. Knight's taking this square. Okay, take, yeah, now we could queen. Yeah, now I think Tipau is really in a tough spot here. Yeah, and this is just over. It was a nice game. It was really wild. Just for a moment I thought like Tipau was better, but Arka had a really nice comeback. Or maybe he just had a really nice attack. So Arka's taking, which has made the gap even wider, with 3.5 against 1.5. This surprised me that Tipau goes for this line. Normally, white would just play this, and it would just be maybe a bit drawish, but never seen this position before. I'm actually kind of surprised Tipau goes for this line. This is not really known to be in line with to get material, but probably Ark will play b5, try to prevent the knight from coming in the position. Well, Infinity Chess says, well, so far white has a slight advantage. Well, yes and no. Like, white has a positional advantage, but it's also pawn down. I don't know. I don't know if this is really better for white. Because, for example, now Arka could follow up with e5 and get a great center. Okay. Opt for knight h6 instead. Probably go e6. This looks quite good for Tipau now. I think bishop d6 is probably the best way to follow up. Then white will get this in. I think Arka is now surprisingly in a tough spot here. I don't know if we should become the official commentator from Lee Chess, but well, yeah, but it's not easy. Like, white would get at least a bishop in, at least. Okay. There's a really interesting sacrifice, but I don't think it really works here. Maybe we'll go for knight f5, yeah. Try to come in. Well, Tipau could go for this line. Taking there, yeah. And if here we could just take with queen. And be up material. Yeah. And now just develop bishop, maybe. Oh wait. Probably first going here, preventing the bishop from giving a check, and then the bishop here, taking the square. Well, Arka has a similar plan. Probably just g6. f5 is also possible, but prefer g6, keep everything solid. Okay. Well, Arka doesn't obviously want to trade pieces, because that will give him a really tough spot. But he already has pawn down, so we try to keep as much pieces on the board as possible. Hoping to create some counterplay in the future. Put his bishop back, probably opting for something like e5. Or for example, he can take. Well, I don't know. It's not really easy for Arka to equalize this. But Tipau also has to be aware of the fact that with e5, if you, for example, would take this, if you would take here, then the bishop would blow up too. So it would be like a draw's position then. Okay. Therefore I was expecting that Tipau would actually go put the bishop away, but he doesn't. I'll probably go for this now. Because obviously he can take. Because that would blow his bishop and rook for rook. If he takes here. And Arka is threatening to take here, blowing up the bishop. So maybe bishop f1, trying to hold position. Yeah, bishop f1 is played. Yeah, trying to maybe follow up with c4. Okay. Probably bishop d2, so that the pawn cannot continue to walk to the other side. Yeah, indeed, there's a position which is really hard for black to pawn size, because all the white pawns are white squares. Also note that this is a position with, yeah, with passers, so pawnetizing there is really impossible. I think there's now really, it's probably an easy one for Tipau, but you need to be a bit careful though. Rook left, interesting. And now this is a draw because of check. I think that was a really nice comeback for Arka. Someone in the Twitch chat. What? Infinity chat is so annoying. Wow, I don't think that. Tipau is opting for the same line again. I'm really surprised by this, because in the third game of this match, it was a really easy win for Arka. So Tipau has to come with something new. Has to come up with something to prevent the same from happening. Get the rook there. Bishop d6. Now we have the same position. I don't think, Tipau would go for bishop h2 again. Because bishop got trapped in the third game. Tipau moving his bishop to the corner, probably following up with rook here. Now black has to get his knight in somehow. But I think that Arka has such a great initiative that Tipau can't hold this. Okay, trying to open this. Probably c6, opening up or creating queen. Yeah, I don't think that's good either for Tipau, but I'm also a bit surprised that Tipau goes for this line again. Yeah, but I think c6 is the way, but white doesn't have really hurry. But it doesn't have to hurry because he has a great position. So the experience would probably mean d5, yeah. Well, d5 is the main line, but it has been played really much, so I also can understand that Tipau wants to deviate from that. Yeah. Arka holding the pressure. Probably first moving here and then playing c6. Well, in experience, d5 is also the main line, so there aren't really many good other lines. Well, I have tried to, or at least I'm still sometimes playing an e6 line. But then we c6 and bishop d6, which is actually quite interesting. But even then it's not that good for black. Tipau is trying to trade his bishop off for the pawn. Trying to monetize everything, but I think it's a bit too late for that. Okay. Tipau trades the bishop. So Tipau only has to trade his knight for one of white's pawns to monetize the position. Getting this move in. Well, I don't know. I do think that Tipau drawing chances are becoming bigger at the moment. And of course, Arka doesn't want now to trade everything, because that would give Tipau the option to monetize the position. Well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. We could have didn't. Yeah, but now just get d5. Well, I think Tipau has chances to draw this, but it won't be easy. Because if Arka opens this position up, then yeah, maybe the rook will come in and will annoy black. For example, if he takes here, probably bishop preventing the rook, of not. Well, if Tipau trades the rooks, then you can just stop with the knight, the pawn. And this is just an equal position. Yeah. Tipau has draw here. The plan for Tipau is just to keep moving back and forth, and if he tries to promote, he will take here. Now we see the point of monetizing. White can't take any of the black's pawns. Now it's a draw. So that was a great game for Tipau. And I think we're in our second break. So I try to cover some of the games. And if anyone has questions, they can just ask. This line played again. Taking the pawn. Pawn needs to go forward. Computer suggests g4, but I think h3 is better. Rook b8, preventing that the bishop takes rook. Yeah, Ardesky makes a good point. Well, thanks so far, but thanks for the compliment. So d4, which is fine. But we saw that Tipau went bishop h2 in our third game, but now opts to give his bishop there. Knight him. Tipau hanging the pressure. I was a bit surprised that he didn't go with C7, but probably I thought he would go like C7 here. No. I'm trying to get it in. Maybe opt for something like this, but well, yeah, G5 is a bit better here, but I think like the idea with G5 is just to maybe try to attack White's king instead, but Tipau tries to play it more slowly. Well, maybe it will also be good to play some more D5. So that maybe the bishop can try to maybe trade one of these pieces, or at least control them. But Arka didn't. I was also a bit surprised by F4, but and eventually just black trades his rook and a knight for pawn and this draw. Joseph Slav asks, why is the match over? The match isn't over, but they are having a break. The match is over when someone has 5.5 points. So if Arka wins the next one, the match will be over. We're only now having a break. But Tipau will have white next, so we shall see what Tipau will come up with. I was a bit surprised by White's opening, but Tipau probably tries to get Arka out of the book. So, as normally in this position, knight g5 is played. And not this. But Arka has a really slow development in the opening, and Tipau makes really nice use of it, just like for using this diagonal. Yeah, and here I thought like probably G3 was a bit safer than going with F5. As F5 could be undermined, and the pawn can't really take because of this. Yeah, Erdmann says in the Twitch chat, indeed, the big deviation was E4. Also, E4, I've never seen them move. Normally they play 96, but it was a bit risky, so. tries to play this here. I think this is fine. Bishop f1. I thought maybe in the game, maybe I could go for something like this. I really thought for a long time that Tipau was really better, but probably maybe this wasn't really the right move. Well, I think that h4 is needed, also to give White King some space. And that this pawn is not pinned because we're straight of taking here. So h4 will probably indeed be better. And maybe if we go something for that like this, that's try to get this in. It still isn't easy. Like probably the Tipau is here better, but you need to see the right moves, and that's far from easy. Maybe people could go for something like this, which eventually computer recommends, but with the idea of getting this in. And try to stop the black pawns. And hopefully trading something. And getting some pawn to the other side. Okay, the break is over. Okay, Tipau goes for knight d4. This line was really popular, but still a really strong line. Arka took here, of course, because otherwise he would get you a threat to take, which would just be mate. Probably Arka should go for h5. Just preventing any queen infiltration at this moment. g6 would namely give queen g4 an option. With f5 and queen g5. Okay, Arka goes still for g6. a4. Well, d5 could be an option for black now. Try to play d4, maybe trade something and get really strong attack. Okay, white takes. Probably plays h6 also to prevent this maybe in the future. Instead of h5, of a5. Probably maybe this, bishop. Okay, opts for a different move instead. I think a bishop was better, but he might have something like this here. No. Which was played. Well, it needs to stop the knight. Maybe we'll go for like b4 or c3. Oh. So if knight b4, knight b5. For example, if we take here, we give check here. It would give probably a really weird position. But also probably winning, because rook will come in. So guess Tipau will go for knight b5. Maybe Tipau's thinking about something like this, but I don't know. I think knight b5 is the best move here. Or he tries to play queen g4, yeah. Which I mentioned in the beginning. Which is also always an option if you choose g6 instead of h5. Yeah, we'll get knight b5. Giving a check. Probably maybe tries to trade the knight here. Yeah. I'll get something like trading rooks. Or this move. Also attacking the queen of black. Okay, Gannett joined us in the Twitch chat. Yeah, indeed. In the line with the two knights here, indeed, rook c1 was an option. So indeed, probably better to play queen takes c7. And we'll go for this. Now the queen can basically go back and forth. But probably Tipau won't be satisfied with a draw. Probably. Oh. Maybe. I don't know. I'm surprised that Arka didn't go for bishop f6, go for the draw. We just need only a half point. Maybe Arka would go for something like f4. Go here. Okay. Tipau lost. So that means that Arka got 5.5 from the possible 10 games. So this probably means that Arka wins. Arka is then the world champion from 2018. Let's do one for black, no was the time at. I'm not so sure if that would be the case. But it wasn't easy for white. Well, white does have more pieces, so we can try to harass black's rook. Janet says in the Twitch chat, it's still a way for it to end. It's indeed. It's a really sad way to end this. Just by a timeout. Well, I do think we got interesting games, so. Yes, Ark, it was a good match, but it was a silly way to end. I do agree with that. Well, Arka, congrats with being the world champion now for 2018, for defending your title. Yeah. Probably this was better. Hello, Jaco. Yo, not so. Said Jaco in Twitch chat. Jaco, you were a bit late. It was already sort of finished, actually. Arka is now the world champion from 2018. I'm surprised that they didn't go for this. And trying to hope for like just to grab the material will also prevent this from happening. Queen e8, yeah, that would be a beautiful move. It's far from easy to see that move, to go to the corner and try to mate white from there. Yeah, Jaco, you're late again. Well, probably just before was like the misser. I think it got there downhill from there. I'm really surprised that Tipau didn't go for this. Just grabbing material and also preventing the bishop from taking here. Okay, on the 31 move, Arka sadly didn't take here, which is really sad. It's really sad. Jaco asks, are you going to be streaming the weekly Atomic? Well, maybe I could do that. I'll stick around here for a bit. Analyze the games or ask questions, or answer questions. Kenneth says it was a draw anyway because of penetration. Yeah. Well, of course, Stockfish does like it for white much, but probably is a draw. So basically just leaving everything here and going for black with the king back and forth. If you would do this, just take here. Yeah. Challenge your right. Arka still likes the move Queen A8. Yeah, Queen A8 is really nice move. Sutaku even giving it 3 exclamation marks. Well, Tipau says that he had seen this, but he didn't expect f6, so. Yeah, game 3 was that game with that ending, with the e6, e6 line. Yeah, well, I don't think that was really swindle, but... Well, I do think we had a couple of really nice games. It was a good match. There you go. Yeah, Arka's defense was really impressive. Like, Arka defended in the match really well. And eventually could just get a comeback with a crazy attack, and it worked. Kenneth says in the Twitch chat, funny that the line I recommended to Tipau ended up being his only win. I mean this line, yeah. It's funny, but it's also a bit sad. But apparently, Arka was also, I think, a bit unprepared against the knight e4 and e4 line, which I also haven't really seen before. Again, do you mean like in the line you recommended? I mean this, Kenneth. Yeah, black is it's really looking bad. As he cannot really take here, and also white has other threats coming out. But in this game, I just think Arka is just really bad opening. Or Tipau good opening. Tipau is probably talking about that line with the e4. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it, so apparently only Ben's played it. But I'm not sure which game it was. Okay, again it says about this opening that that's the best way for black to play, and after queen f3 might still be a draw, but it's insanely difficult in practice. Yeah, I can imagine that. I really can imagine that. This, well, I don't even know if it's a draw, but it's really insanely difficult indeed. Yeah. Well, I get this in. It's really difficult for black indeed. I don't know what's. Yeah, okay. Managed that during the game, but. Well. It's a sad ending, but. I think this was a good match. That was a good match. Tipau said, I thought the fifth game was quite crucial in this one. Yep. Yeah. During this game, Tipau had really good chances, but yeah, indeed, I agree with that with Tipau. But like really, it really seems black has really chances in this game. Yeah, eventually, probably because of time trouble, play f4. No. d4 is probably indeed a bit safer, but it's still tricky. Black has really chances, but it's still very tricky. We also have this, for example. Maybe Stockfish thinks it's better for black, but it's not that easy, especially in time trouble. I think it was a good match. And well, congrats for Tipau for making it this far, and also for Arka for winning the match. And congrats for being now the Atomic World Champion. So I think I will cut off the stream again. Maybe I'll make a new stream from the weekly, but well, Kenneth says in the Twitch chat, funny that we've come back around to an era where knight f3, f6, e3, f6 and knight f3, f6, knight c3, c6 were considered good again after so many years of being moves. Yeah. Yeah, indeed, it's quite funny that this and this are being looked at, actually. Well, from e3, e6, like, I do play sometimes this line, but it's still a bit, it's not that, yeah, good for black. It's still difficult. And I've often played like knight f3, knight c3, and indeed c6 can sometimes bring trouble. Yeah, Gannett, I agree, bishop d6 is bad, but well, sometimes I also try to against lower rated players, because I just want like some, yeah, just can counter attack, which I do miss that with the c6 line. And trying for plantation. So against higher rated players it might indeed work, but well, you cannot use it against everyone. And often if I play it against lower rated players, sometimes you don't even know what to do, so. Well, I have won some games with bishop d6, but it's not the move you really like. From f6 and c6 I have seen some really good games about that, because I play quite often this from the white side, but it's not always that easy for white. When I started with like Atomic and also played this opening quite much, sometimes I even disliked c6 more than knight h6, which is quite funny. There are some players which had like for example I played against Soransis, just has played a time c6 against me. He got really good games from that. And also I got some couple of games, I think, in some studies with c6, which are quite interesting. But yeah, I think I will cut off the stream now. Well, it was a good match, and congrats for Tipau for making this far, and congrats, of course, to Arka for being now the Atomic World Champion of 2018.